What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. I am your half co-host, Drama Drizzy.
I am the other half coach from Mountain View, baby. How we doing?
Good neighbors, man. Welcome.
Mail.
Right. How you doing today, there, man?
I'm doing good. Yourself, man?
I'm doing pretty great, man. You know how it is in these streets, man.
We here.
Working. And that's not even just a 9 to 5. That's just working.
Just working in general.
Just working in general, man.
Before we start, real quick, I would like to give a big shout out to my little brother and my new sister-in-law, Jarella Mercedes.
Congratulations, y'all.
That's why we wasn't here last Saturday. I was at their wedding. Amazing, beautiful event. Amazing event. I thank them for letting them make me be a part of it. I appreciate that, and I thank you guys in many more years of bliss and encouragement.
Happiness.
Happiness, definitely.
Thank you, man. That's what's up, man.
Absolutely.
It's always good to see black couples, or just people in general, getting married.
Yeah, especially when you've been with somebody for a minute, you decide to say, you know what, I think this is the thing that we need to do.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just riding the wave and just seeing what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of people don't believe in marriage, anyways.
Right.
This time around,
right.
It's just not.
I'm okay with cohabitating.
Yeah.
That's what that
you
is.
know, though, I feel some got to try. I think though, because I feel like the model that we running with nowadays is not working completely in everybody's best capabilities.
Right.
It's not working out for everybody.
It's not for everybody. I think that's why you have to. That's why I encourage dating. I encourage dating to understand, for you to understand who you are and what you're willing to expect.
I'm an advocate of dating.
Date, figure out what you want to get yourself involved with. Now, you know what I'm saying? Learn who that person is, and you might have something like this that I like, but okay, you don't have something else. So I'm going to find someone else. I'm dating. Now, whatever you choose to do with the extracurricular aspect, that's on you. But at the same time, remember when you're doing that, you're giving a part of you to another person. So, you know, in that realm, you know, be wary of dating. But for the most part, date. See what you want to be involved with. Don't just go off the looks and they have this and they have that. And you know what I'm saying? And you find out that the looks and everything is good, but the financials isn't there. The financials is there, but the other person is a dipshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
that's real too.
So basically, I say, you know, make sure you date. See what you are willing to. See what you're willing to put up with and willing to accept. And if it's not for you, then
see what's out there.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't even know what's out there.
You don't know what's out there
either.
You know,
you just know what you are around.
I understand you want to be. There are some people that just want to be locked into something like a relationship, just to be in a relationship, just to say they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not saying that you're miserable. You just want to. I need somebody to be around. I just need somebody to be there. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it's getting that time right now. It's fall, winter. So you know.
Oh yeah.
So you know. So you know that's going to go with a lot of people.
A lot of cuddle buddies.
Now all of a sudden, everybody want a Gerald Levert teddy bear now. Everybody want a dad bod now.
Yo, that killed me too. All of a sudden, dad bods and teddy bears is in.
Yeah, so it's good for some. It's good, but we know for some of y'all, it's good for a season, because when the summer hit, we know what you're gonna be chasing after. That's just what I think.
The ones that can't fit. The ones that can fit into the Corvettes and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna want that teddy bear that can't get in that Corvette.
You know, but I've seen a couple teddy bears getting them and have them lapped up in there.
Now you know it's funny.
And you be like, it's two in the lap and there's one in the back. How that happened?
I remember that Derez Deshawn video when he was coming out the truck, coming out the little coupe. I can't remember what car he was saying. That was my song right there. Hardaway.
Okay.
And he was up there sliding out the little Corvette 2-door coupe, man. That was too funny.
I know you got it, bro, but sometimes you gotta think reasonable.
But yeah, man, it's definitely that fall time, man. So
Yeah. Lumberjack season for me, baby. I love it. It's my kind of weather.
I love this weather, except for this rain though. This is just threw me off.
Well, you gonna get a little bit of the rain. I like a little bit of the rain.
Nah,
I like a little bit of the rain, just like I like a little bit of the snow.
It's rainy and humid though, man. I don't like that.
I don't like that. But I know what fall entails.
Yeah.
So you know what that means? It's pumpkin spice season for some of y'all ladies out there. You know what that means? Grab your flannels and your scarves and your matching little funny little hats.
Yo, pumpkin spice has become one of those things where over the years you just grow to be like, is it really? I never knew y'all like pumpkin spice like that.
It became, pumpkin spice became a trend.
You know what?
It became a trend and it became a characterization of people.
No, that's serious.
Like for real, you be like, back in the days you were just like, grandma got pumpkin spice. You be like, alright. Now it became a way of life for certain people.
It threw me. Who was the first people that I seen roll that out? Was it Starbucks or Tim Hortons? One of the two.
One of them two people.
But then it was like pumpkin spice latte or something like that. They
started going crazy with the pumpkin spice.
And I was like, pumpkin spice?
Like it's not that even.
I like the donut though.
Yeah, for real.
I like that donut. You know who else they go? What else they go crazy over? What's that one shake at McDonald's? Shamrock Shake.
Shamrock Shake.
It's like a cult following for that too.
Bro,
dude.
I used to love them Shamrock Shakes, but they're not me being me. I knew I was gonna pay for it afterwards.
Yeah.
Cause brothers, we can't do too much of that.
I don't like mint, man. That's a lot of mint.
It is.
My brother like mint ice cream, and I'm like, I can't get jiggy with that.
Sometimes you gotta, I gotta follow my heritage. You know, I have Irish. You gotta rock the wave. You know
I can't get jiggy with that. Like I can take like probably two scoops of it, and that's it.
I already said, I'm rocking the kilt for my wedding, man. They gonna be mad at me.
Right.
I'm going all in.
So today's topic, man, we going with what they tell you versus what they tell them, huh?
What I tell you compared to what I tell them.
Mm-hmm.
And we have all experienced this one.
Oh yeah.
We've all experienced it. You can front like you haven't. But we know what you did.
Mm-hmm.
We know what you do.
Yep.
Because what you say with your homeboys in the workplace compared to when it's time for you to have a meeting with your boss, two different things.
Yeah.
What you say to your co-workers compared to when you go home to your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
You saying two totally different things.
Or what you saying to them people that you chilling on the corners with versus what you telling your significant other.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, baby, I'm out there getting it, and they out there on them corners trying to figure it out.
Ain't got nothing to show for it. Wasting time.
Yeah, man.
Wasting time.
It's crazy though that we still live in a world where it's like living a double life in a sense.
Yeah.
Because you're telling one group of people one thing, you're telling another group of people another thing, and then it don't coincide with each other. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you know what? I believe we all have a duality in us.
Mm-hmm.
And because we have that within us,
you made me want to look that up.
Because we know who we are and we know what we do. But for other people, we want to give a certain perspective of who we are to them because we don't feel who we are is good enough. For certain people, not saying everyone, but for a lot of people, we feel that who we are isn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? I got a hot dog on the bun. I got the hot dog on the bun. Not everybody might want that. Mm-hmm. Maybe if I put chili on it, maybe somebody might like the chili. Mm-hmm. Oh, what if I put cheese on it? So now you got a chili dog, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But guess what? Not everybody likes a chili dog. Everybody is okay with just a dog in the bun, you know?
Plain, no mustard?
Well, you can throw mustard on there. You could definitely throw mustard on there. No. But at the same time, what we enjoy and who we are, everybody won't accept that. So maybe, like I said, let's just say basically the chili and the cheese is the front that we put on for other people.
Oh.
So if we are okay with the plain and the basic, but for for the other person that's the consumer of what they see of us, that's more filling to them.
I like that analogy right there.
So you know, you
that
good with
nice.
you just good with being. I'm good with this, but guess what? It's the presentation that you give to other people that makes them more acceptable to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It looked good, and you got it on the plate, and it's like, oh, okay. But then guess what? Now that I gave you that chili dog, I have to keep up that appearance to those people. Because you have some people, because you got some that be like, okay. And some people that would test that and would be like, because like my dad used to say, you only can tell a lie so much, not only before you get caught up in it, but you have to keep up that lie. Mm-hmm. And for the essence of you trying to keep up that lie, you have to tell another lie and another lie. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So we have.
I know people that fell into those.
And you know, I'm saying well, for most of us, I don't care how cool you are, how tough you are, or how real you think you are, we've all in one way, shape, or form have fallen into that trap of being something a little bit more than what we think we are.
Oh yeah, I go through that every day. It's like a fighting battle with yourself. You sit there and you try and learn more and more about the world and the things around you and why things go about the way they go about.
Yeah.
And then as you learn about those things, you start learning more about yourself.
Right.
And not all people get that. But
no.
But to some, when you start learning more and you start figuring out yourself, it's like, wow, I'm like, we talk about like the pants, certain pants I wear now, which are slim fit, they're fit. Mm-hmm. I grew to just wear baggy because that's what we grew to wear. We just grew to wear baggy things with boot cut, you know what I mean? Just stuff wide.
Anything during the time that we were growing up, if it fit you, that was corny, or you trying to act like another group of people. Correct. Even though the jeans fit you.
Correct.
But then you got into the aspect of the baggy clothes, and then you got into the aspect of the sagging, which, as you start to grow, you realize not only what the term actually means, if you flip the word sagging in reverse, and you understand where it came from and the origination of it, one would think that people would stop doing it, but it's became a continuous aspect of our culture, which the culture that is given to us is the negative and the degenerate aspect that we want to try and keep and try to push, instead of the positive aspect of creating and building and nurturing.
We just don't want to wear our own size pair of pants, man. I wear a size 34, man. I don't want to wear 34. I want to wear 38. That's what they do. That's what we used to do.
But because we've seen that.
But that's what we talk about, though.
Absolutely.
Going from, so now I was wearing the size 38 pants. Mm-hmm. And as I grew, and I'm sitting here thinking, why in the devil? I was never a 38.
I can't.
I never was a 38. Or you start learning, save your money, stop buying certain things over and over again. So now you're looking around like, oh, I got all these jeans and things that's size 30. I don't wear them.
I got a bunch of.
This is not me.
I got a bunch of pair of jeans that are still in great and good condition. That if I decide to wear them now, I would probably be like.
You look crazy, probably.
I look like a fool.
You know.
I got a bunch of.
So I get that whole
jeans, Red Monkeys, Evisus,
so I get the jeans, and it's funny because
and I'm like this. Where else I'm gonna wear that now? Let's do a costume party.
But it's exactly. But it's crazy because even in the times now, I like what I like, and for me to go back to something different, that means that, like you just said, I'm just trying to cover up something. It's not who I am.
Right.
It's just me putting on a fraud because it's like, all right, so many people done said, yo, loosen up your pants, loosen up your pants, loosen up your pants.
Why your pants so tight?
And so then all of a sudden you just start loosening them up and it's not you. I go, and you know me, I go through that every day when I wear a certain pair of pants at work, and I'm like, yo, these joints are just too wide. I don't like them. I like the fit on the top, but the bottom is like, man, they flare out too much. It's just not me.
You know what? Once again, you know what you like. You know what fits you. And the aspect that we kind of were taught that the baggier the pants, the more real you kind of were.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Or the bigger the t-shirt.
Or the bigger the t-shirt. The bigger the...
Or no, nowadays it's smaller now. You gotta wear the smaller, you gotta wear a smaller size than what you are nowadays.
I really wish I would have knew about that.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, yo, like, I done got on, now, wait a minute. So the clothes that y'all made fun of me for wearing, and that went back to our whole sneaker concept that we were talking about. The sneakers and the stuff and the outfits and the things that I liked back then, now that's what you guys are calling trendy.
Yep, like New Balances.
New Balances. We talk about New Balances, Asics.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Sauconys. All those kind of sneakers that you're from. Now a certain group or brand decide to do a collaboration with it, and now all of a sudden y'all jump on that brand. Got made fun of for wearing that stuff, even though I liked it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's good to have duality. You know, speaking back on that and looking at, you know, speaking on you telling one person one thing and telling somebody else another thing, it's okay to have a little bit of it, in the sense of you don't really want to tell a lot of people
all your stuff.
But once it get to a point though where
you have to keep up with telling that same story.
Yes. And then a lot of times I see what people do is when they tell somebody something and then they tell somebody else something, like
and it come out so smooth and they don't even know it.
It's like yo, you really trying to keep up with what this person has got going or saying because you want to still be connected or cool with this person. That's crazy to me.
That's like I said.
I'm not gonna do that.
Like I said, that's what happens. Okay, and that just goes for us mere regular mortals, us regular folk. Now think about what the big wigs do.
Or
let's talk about what they do to tell us to keep us. Because I figured this out and I learned. When you start gigging and you start learning certain things, and you start to open up your mind to a lot more, because now some people may say it's conspiratorial and things of that nature. But when you start opening up those doors, a lot more comes with that. So you were basically told one thing, but then all of a sudden you start finding out more things that go with it. But then you start, like I said a while ago in our other podcast, listen to everyone, believe nothing until you can find out the research in yourself.
Yeah.
So if you find out one thing and it's like, that kind of don't go with it, so maybe that is kind of like a little iffy. But when you start digging and you find out one thing and you go, oh, all right, and then you find out something else and you go, oh, and it starts to make more sense because the information that has been hidden from you for so long. And you have some people that do things like leaking and information. Like, you want to hide something, put it in a book. You know what I'm saying? You want to tell the truth to somebody. A lot of things that's going on right now has been already in plan because nobody wants to read. The people that have been doing these kind of things have been writing this stuff in books for years and years, and you don't even pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Books like Perestroika Deception. That's a good book. Matter of fact, grab your pen and paper, people, because I'm about to give you guys a couple of titles. Population Bomb, Perestroika Deception, 1984, if you haven't read that.
1984 is really, really good.
Classic, and it's some, it's been overused so much, but you got to start paying attention to it.
That's a classic.
Animal Farm. There's so many books. What's another good books? ISIS Unveiled. These are like books that where these people tell you a lot that's going on in everyday life and how they plan on doing these things, and you don't even see it. Mm-hmm. You just be like, they just writing a book. Then all of a sudden they tell you, and they gave you a bibliography and gave you a table of contents of how they would choose to do certain things, and you don't even see it. And then when it starts to happen and it slowly starts to mitigate its way into things, and you're like, that sounds familiar. Hollywood does the same thing. Whatever Hollywood basically gives you is at least 30 to 40 years away. Whatever information or whatever scientific involvement that you find in right now, 30, 40 years already ahead of us. You're just now getting it. Minority Report, Soylent Green. That might be a little something that you might want to look into. May sound a little crazy, but it's real. All these movies that they give you that sounds and looks good, but at the same time, they're telling you.
I'm about to say, where you think they get these ideas
from?
Where
do you think? You know, I'll throw you a little gem real quick. There were, if you remember, it was a radio program called War of the Worlds. They had a radio program, and on that radio program, they were interrupting it, basically saying it was an alien attack.
Okay, I think I heard
by Orson Welles. I believe it was Orson Welles. And they came in every little bit. Now, what I'm saying right now is probably going to be a little shaky for some people, but it's true. You can look it up. And every little bit, it was a regular radio program. So imagine you being around that time frame, and you listen to a radio broadcast, and you get interruptions saying that it's an alien attack. So now you're like, oh, okay. And then they break from that alien attack. They break from that radio broadcast and basically say, aliens have just landed. Aliens landed this area, this location, and this location. And people spazzed out as if it was real. It was a place in New Jersey where they thought that it was real so bad, they forgot the geolocation of their neighborhood. They thought the water tower was an alien. People have died. They shot at the water tower, and then they had people going mad and crazy. And they did this not knowing this was created by the Rockefeller Institute to test people, and to test the mind control aspects of the population. Now, they found out it was a double-edged sword how they did it. What they basically showed was, they said, oh, we're not going to do this anymore because of this was the effect. But it also showed the effect that it had on multiple people. So you know what that told you? Step one complete. Because we can now show you how it's easy to manipulate people by giving them certain information. So once again, what I tell you and what they tell you. I tell you, we didn't mean to do this. We're sorry that we did this. On the other hand, we found a way to easily manipulate the masses.
Man,
now think about how that affects us now in the world today of what we're seeing. I ain't mentioning it, but you can probably guess what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They've been doing this, and they watch us to see how we react. And they show us basically how we're able to be manipulated by certain things, certain entertainers, certain aspects of the way of life, the world, everything. They watch us and they study us. It's a place called the Tavistock Institute. And this is what they did. It was created basically to learn. It was created basically to help people that had PTSD from the world wars of PTSD and shell shock treatment. But it also turned into the aspect of how to control the masses and how to learn from the masses, how to manipulate the masses. It's called the Tavistock Institute, and this is what they taught. And things like that. Ask yourself. My fault, I'm going, bro.
No, you going. I'm listening. Because I'm like, wow.
Ask yourself this question. What was the pattern of them creating someone being grocery bagger of the month? These are things that Tavistock created. Things that basically gives you initiative of being someone. So how do I know this guy is the #1 bagger? Everybody else is the bagger. How do I know that this is how they found out how this person was? This is the creation of the Tavistock Institute. Is to study people and break down and categorize who they are and put them in certain categories. This is how they are. This is how they create things. You know, just like when the British invasion happened, people thought, "Oh, we won." Now this is a little crazy, but this is my little thought process. 1776, we got our independence from England, the King of England. England came back. How did England come back? The British invasion. Had the Beatles come here. Had your daughters that had your kids cutting their hair a certain way.
The bob cuts.
The bob cuts and everything. The British invasion was the second taking over of America. That's how they got it back. And when you find out, like, I want you guys to look up the YouTube video of when the Beatles came to America. People don't know that was the first propaganda. One of the first propagandas. But guess what? They called the people up. They had a group of people, called these little young girls up. They said, "This is what we're gonna set up. We're gonna have them stand outside the gate. We're gonna have you guys come screaming and do all this stuff." Because nobody knew who the Beatles were before, but they set them up. So that was your second British invasion of them coming over here.
That's interesting to hear.
It's a lot of crazy information like that.
That's really interesting to hear. Because you didn't. I wanted to think that they would use. Was they even a teenage group?
Yeah, they were. They were. I guess you would call them teeny boppers. I guess that would be a teeny bopper.
Because I don't know the age that they even were.
I believe you call them boppers, but they introduced something different.
Yeah.
That was somewhat not known. You had the Beatles and you had the Rolling Stones. When you think about the Rolling Stones, the Rolling Stones show love. It's where they got their style from. Muddy Waters. You seen the Rolling Stones in the hood. Rolling Stones was hanging out in the Latin spots, all that. Yo, they was out there.
That's
the difference between the Rolling Stones and the Beatles. But they were both a part of the same branch.
Yeah.
Because they both were the same part of the British invasion that came over. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fucking interesting, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
It's crazy. And this is just part one of us digging into this one.
For real, seriously, yo. That's like you said, man. Believe half of what you hear and do your research.
Don't listen to everyone. Believe nothing until you can do the research in yourself. Don't listen to I know you love your parents. Don't listen to your mother. Don't listen to your father. Don't listen to the preacher. Don't listen to the man.
That was a little deep.
Yo, don't listen to.
You about to have these kids get butt whooped.
No, but I'm breaking it down. Don't listen to the man on the news. Don't listen to the president. Because like I said before, everything serves as an agenda. Listen to them, but listen to what they're saying, but also find out what they're saying. Listen to everyone, believe nothing until you can find it in your research. I'm about to do this, I'm about to do this. Don't do that. Why can't I do that? Because I said so. Okay. That doesn't really tell me why.
Don't you let that. Don't do that. Because it's okay.
But then I do it and then what? I find out the hard way. Because guess what? I did my research and doing it myself.
Yep.
Instead of just taking it as like maybe they know what's better for me. Maybe they know what's good for me. But what do? Alright, I'm gonna tell you something crazy. I'm gonna tell you something crazy as hell. I'm in the backyard, cleaning up the backyard because we gotta put the pool up and stuff. And there's a branch in a tree growing out of the crack of the concrete. There's a branch growing out. And I gotta pull it out. And I'm like, it's a little bit strong trying to pull it out. I smelled this tree and this branch. I had a flashback. It was a branch from a switch. And I was like, whoa!
That's crazy.
I locked up. And it was like, she was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, man, it was the branches when they said, if you know, because some people don't know, but if you know what a switch smell like. And you gotta rip those leaves off that switch. And that's what it was. And that was basically back to me learning the hard way. Because I listened, but I didn't want to comprehend. So now what they told me is something that they told somebody else. Now it's up to you to follow it. But like I say, listen to everything, believe nothing until you can do your own research. And the more you figure that out, because we all been, with how we are today, nowadays, we have too much information. Yeah. And because we have too much information, it's hard to compartmentalize where to put those sections of what we want to do. So you have so much. So we have so much going on that you're like, okay, that goes there. But now my mental drawers are being full, and it's like, so what do I do? What do you do when you get overwhelmed with something? All right, man.
Yep.
I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna get back to it, or it's
never lie.
Or it's
never lie.
I'll wait. So now you got so much going on. So now when the real stuff starts to happen, you already so tired from receiving all the other information. It's damn near too late.
Yep.
It's like, damn. What I'm gonna do it now. Too late. You're already there. You're already locked in. How the hell did I get? How am I able to basically drive only from here to here for 10 minutes? Then I gotta get back home. How am I only able to buy this much food and not buy what I want, and then I gotta go home? Things like that.
No, seriously. I believe you. I like today's little topic. Because you don't think about it in these ways and senses until you actually have these conversations, and that's why I'm happy we have these type of conversations. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's you need to learn. You need to learn, man.
You gotta learn.
And know more about yourself, or learn more about the world as much as we want
to take. I say, look at what the world is going through, and then figure out how it applies to you, and what you can do to deter it from happening to you. You see where these certain countries and certain areas are under lockdowns and whatever it may be. Oh shoot, I see how that's going on. Maybe I need to figure out how to stop that from coming to my area. Because if I don't, like I said before, I'm not able to go anywhere. I'm locked in, and it's already there. You want a prime example? 9/11 happened. After 9/11 happened, now they got you taking your shoes off at the airport.
Yo.
Now they stripping grandma, checking grandma in her wheelchair to make sure she ain't got nothing. So they took away a little bit more of your freedom for some safety. I need safety. No problem, we got you. But with that, guess what? Let me take a little bit of that freedom from you. But we're gonna keep you good. We're gonna make sure you're alright. But with that comes a little bit of your freedom. And know what you said? Okay, I'm cool with that.
With no say.
With no say. Another example, you ever go and buy something at the store and it asks for like something like your email address or some shit like that, and guess what? Oh, your name is John Doe and you live on so and so. You just go, yeah, that's my name, alright. They go, okay. Not even asking yourself, how the hell do you know that?
Yep.
Where did you get that information from?
They'll sit there, you do something and they be like, Andre, right? You be like, yeah. Such and such and such street, you be like, yeah, that's me. Okay.
And
you're right, yo.
And
you so right.
And you don't even ask.
You were so right.
Because guess what? We let that happen to us without asking questions. We let things happen to us without asking questions. Anybody, if a man walked down the street and said, yo, your name is John Doe, you live on so and so, I'll be ready to fight. What you mean you know me? But when they do it and they observe you, you just like this.
Another biggest one that you didn't. Another big one that you didn't mention, but it's right there in our face, is the cell phones.
Oh, we already know.
We'll say something or talk about something, and then it'd be like, poop, and you'd be like,
people been saying we've been crazy for years, man. I've been saying that they've been putting microchips and Bluetooth things in people's microwaves and electronic compartments in your house all this time, and then they came out and they told you, surprise.
Did they? I didn't know that. I mean, I would assume by like the Bluetooth stuff nowadays, but outside of that,
right now,
crazy.
Look it up. I want to make sure I'm right. I think it's Sweden. It may be Sweden. it's one of those countries over there, but they're basically turning down people's thermostats if they go too high. They told you when we had that little blizzard, that people in Texas, hey, you keep your temperature at this percentage, at this temperature, at this degree. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You keep it there, you keep it there. You're like, well, okay, maybe this is better for the environment. How you gonna tell me where I need to turn my stuff down? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna tell me when I need to control my temperature? I pay for this. Unless you're trying to control me. Unless you're trying to put me in a position where you're going to limit me from doing what I like to do. You know?
Yes. I can't find that. I'm probably putting it in wrong. But that's crazy.
Even look, okay. That's the country. The country's making it legal. They did it in Texas. Pull up Texas that they wanted you to turn down your thermostat. Try Texas. I can't think of the place overseas. I gotta look it up again. But they was like, all right, your temperature has to be a so-and-so. And you're like, what? We're probably going over time right now, but this is a little information that y'all gonna need, so I hope y'all rock with us.
Texans are asked to set thermostats to 78 degrees or higher. What the heck is that about?
Surprise.
Why do it? Wait, but in Texas, you set your thermostat 70 degrees or higher? In Texas?
Pull it up and look at it. See, this is what, once things start rolling, we're going to start throwing these things right on the screen so y'all can see what we talk about, so you can find that clip for yourself. Because we can tell you, we would rather throw the clip right at you. So once we get how we doing and how we keep moving, we're going to throw it right at you so you see it. Most definitely.
Okay, maybe I'm misinterpreting something with that one.
What's that?
ERCOT is asking Texans to conserve energy this week in anticipation of record electricity usage for June amid scorching temperatures, coupled with a number of power plant outages. To conserve power, the grid operator is asking people to set their thermostats to 78 degrees or higher, turn off lights and pool pumps, and avoid using large appliances such as washers and dryers. So, how you gonna wash your clothes for that week? You're just gonna tell me to just stop washing clothes for a whole week?
Listen to what I tell you and you shut your face, okay? That's what that says.
And this news Monday,
that's what they told you.
Are due to repairs, the bulk of which is fossil fuel plants. I'm just confused on why your thermostat got to be up past 78. Hey, anybody in the comments, if they were to do that, why would they make you have your thermostat higher than 70 degrees and up? Because wouldn't that mean that you turn your heat on? I'm assuming. Especially in the summer? That's crazy. But yeah, put that in the comments if possible. Man, I gotta get this tooth fixed, man. The way I talk right now with this little weird lisp is crazy. Like my tooth, then the crown.
The whole
crown.
I thought you got that taken care of.
Oh, I did, and then like 2 days later, freaking the whole crown come apart. The whole crown came out. So I'm waiting for my appointment for that now. But man, this is crazy, man. Because I can hear how I talk. It's jacking me up. It's crazy, man. But yeah, man, do your research. That stuff like this
find that stuff out. We got things going on, you know, with the gas prices and oil prices, and people are using this to their advantage. And there's been a lot of companies that have made buku bread off of the backs of this so-called thing that's been happening while shutting down mom and pop spots. You know what I'm saying? Support your local, support your local dealer, support your local brands.
You too funny, man. But no, seriously, support your local businesses and dealers, man. Absolutely. And a lot of people don't understand those things are what keeps the countries and states thriving. is small mom and pop shops.
Right.
It's not always necessarily these large corporations.
Right.
They make the bulk of the money and have the ability to get access to multiple parts of the world. For 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping. But yeah, shop mom and pop, man, because that's where it's really at, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's definitely where it's really at. So we gonna get out of here. On to the next episode, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got any couple questions, please leave them in the comments. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate the support, especially with what has been happening these last 2 months, where typically we will post weekly, but there's been some circumstances that has been causing us to post whenever we can. So thank you for being patient with us. We appreciate it a lot, 100%. And if anybody is watching and you got any ideas, tips and tricks to help us go live, to help us better the podcast, again, please leave it in the comments. All right.
Write in the comments below. We appreciate you guys.
The captain is always right, and I'm the captain. Well, he's the captain. All right, y'all, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace.